morning and thank you for joining us Daybreak Tuesday's edition, reaching you live from the broadcasting service, Benin City, Edo State. As we always say on this program, it is the day that the Lord God has made, and I hope you when you woke up this morning, you were grateful to God for His goodness upon us as a family and as a country. Okay, we have our family segment, we have the religious segment, the political segment, all this segment put together to keep your day good. I'm Josephine Eimihe, my co-presenter is mine.
I'm Peggy Oyekwari. Good morning, viewers. Jojo, good morning.
Good morning. We'll just go straight to what we have this morning. After the program, after the family segment, and after the news, we tell you what the papers
are talking about.
Saying this morning. All right, this morning we'll be looking at financial management in the family. It is no longer news that things are hard. We are in tough times. A lot of things are going on, and on this topic this morning, we're going to be looking at how do we manage these tough times so that the family will stay intact, because nothing lasts forever. This tough time will not last forever. So we have some gentlemen this morning that will be telling us how to manage that. Is it fat or lean resources right now? How do you manage it to ensure that the home is still happy?
It might even be nothing.
Not
yes.
No, that nothing in the summer. Okay,
you have to plan.
All right, we have Malam Bako with us. He's a marriage counselor. So it's good to have you with us this morning.
Good morning, Josephine and Peggy. Nice to be with you again.
All right. Okay, we have Pastor Sylvester Oribabo. He is from Divine Assurance Faith Christian Assembly.
Good morning.
Man of God, you're welcome.
God bless you.
Is it complete as one from the Muslim faith, the other from the Christian? Okay. It's fortunate that we have men this time. But do you go to market at all?
Of course, I do.
You go to market, buy things?
Yeah.
Wow. So how is the cost of items these days?
Well, it's nothing to talk about now because as it is, you go to market with so much money and you come back with just little things back home. The inflation rate is so high. The cost of living is beyond the normal average personality. Obviously, there's no corresponding increase in the source of revenue, and what that means is that we are being choked as a family. You do not have any excuse as a man not to play your role in the house. You don't tell your children that they cannot eat because the economy is bad.
Okay.
Neither can you tell your aged parents that it's time for them to die because the economy is bad. So you could imagine from that angle what those of us who are the breadwinners are passing through at this very particular time.
Okay.
It is not a story to tell with lip service that this period, whatever amount of money you are receiving as an individual, do no longer meet the need of the immediate family, not to talk of the extended family.
All right, let me go. So let's come to financial management in the family. What do we mean by this?
Financial management is the ability to be able to prudently allocate the resources available to you either on daily or weekly or monthly basis to the need of your immediate family.
Okay.
Now, management in itself is ability to prioritize whatever objective you have, the resources are available for achieving those objectives towards achieving that objective without necessarily causing injury on yourself. Therefore, when we now say financial management, we are talking about ability to take the cash you have, prioritize it, and allocate it to the needs within the family towards ensuring that no particular area is not touched.
All right.
Let me come here. I hope you will agree with me that say a well and a strong family provides security, financial security for his family. Do you agree with me? That a well and strong family provides security, financial security for his family. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Just take it from there.
A family that is not financially financially buoyant is a family that is lacking, that is crying, that is suffering. Every man needs to make a provision. For instance, when money comes in, if you want to look at the situation, you eat all, you'll be in trouble. When you save all, you will be in trouble. When you sow all, you'll be in trouble. So for us to have that financial security, when money comes in, we just share into 3 parts. You eat some, you save some, you sow some. There must always be a reserve in family. No matter how much that is coming in, the amount of money, the resources, there must be a reserve, because that's what you fall back to tomorrow. There must always be a need at home, either for children, for food, for clothing. These things must be there. So every man, especially now, there must be an agreement between the couples. If the whole family come to a round table, let's cut costs so that we can have better tomorrow. The family can agree on this. No matter the tough time, we'll be able to skate through as they have a reserve for tomorrow that will help us in the time of needs.
All right, thank you. Before we go for the news, because I believe we cannot exhaust this morning, Malam Bako, can you give us some tips for financial management? Because some persons may not even understand what we're talking about right now.
Fine, other economic will say other normal situation, but now we are in a very abnormal situation. Other normal situation, like my brother rightly said, whatever resources comes to you, you prioritize. He said you divide it into 3, you sow, you save, and you spend. But that depends on the availability of problem in your house.
Unforeseen circumstances.
honestly, savings depends on how much problem that has confronted you at a particular time that will enable you to say. Otherwise, you will go and be looking for to borrow to be able to resolve that problem. It's actually not as easy as you just pronounce it here. But like I said, everybody must know when to be spending as an affluence and when to begin to maximize the opportunity available to you to ensure that at least you are not seen to be exposed to the public that all is not well with you. If you were eating so much, you can cut down. I don't even agree on the issue of 101. No, because if your system, if you collapse, like I believe it that says visit the kitchen that visits the doctor. So it's only that you cut down. If you used to take 4 slices of bread in the morning and you take Lipton and Bonvita all together, you reduce it to either Lipton or tea or Bonvita, cut into 3, so that everybody at least takes something and reduce the slice of bread so that at least you used to buy.
There's no even bread at all.
Okay, now it goes like that. Even in other area, shopping for children, but there are areas that you cannot do anything about. School fees you have to pay.
Let me pause you because we are going for the news. This is a very interesting discussion because there are some families right now, some women, they're about packing their load and said, I can't do this anymore, so much stress in the home. We continue with this conversation, hopefully, after the morning news. Please don't go away. All right, let's see what the papers are saying this morning before we continue our conversation, financial management in the family. On the Punch paper this morning, online, PDP governors, APC clash, foreign carpet federal government over killings, massive rigging plots. Sunday, Igboho transferred to new detention facility in Benin Republic. After over 8 hours sitting, Benin court grants Igboho access to medical care. Pension fund now 12.66 trillion. This is attributed to PENCOM. Nigerian to reopen mission in San Francisco. Don't sign electoral bill unless Section 526588 reworked, Buhari told. Okay, if you want to get more details, just get a paper. Philippines win first Olympic gold after almost 100-year attempt. Okay. House help, 3 others arrested over alleged killing of bank and EUB. Okay. All right. Let's continue. For more details, you get your Punch newspaper, or you go online for more details. Information is very important. Let's continue our conversation. We have a gentleman with us. We have Pastor Oribabo. You're welcome once again. And Alaji Bako.
Thank you once more.
All right. We're talking about the cost of living getting so high. And before we left for the morning news, I was asking that right now some homes, the atmosphere is tough, it's hot. And the husbands are saying, oh, you are stealing from me. The wife is saying, you don't understand what the market is saying right now. Pastor Ribabo, you're a man of God. I want you to talk to families right now. They are going through this tense atmosphere, because I believe Christians do say tough time don't last. So take it from there.
Tough time don't last. It is the situation we find ourselves in this nation. Actually, things are getting out of hand, but we believe that with God, we will skate through. I want to advise our fathers and mothers, children, that this time understanding should be paramount. A man should be able to know that before now you give your wife maybe 5,000 to go to market and you have a lot of things, but today it can no longer be so. So every man should understand that things are not how it used to be, and the woman should also understand that this is time to manage, because women are born to manage. They can put things together to make them work. So I want to advise them to please, no matter the situation and circumstances, they should just keep managing. But I know we'll soon come out of this situation by the grace of God. And we'll be able to let our children know that before now, like my brother said, you eat bread, eat tea, you can reduce things to live for tomorrow. So children should understand this is not a time to live extravagant life. It's not time for party and all that. We should learn to cut costs. I believe that with little time, all these things will be over by the grace of God on our side.
Okay, talking about the tip for managing your finance, we talk about communication. Why is the communication is playing a very important role in managing your money? Why is it that?
Let me come in from here. You see, God has a way of doing things. Sometimes, in looking ahead of time, most families always empower their wives to ensure that at least whatever is coming, in the messaging of a period of this nature, those on physical are always the most really hard hit. Therefore, if you have empowered your spouse and is doing something that has to do with trading, of course, it's the story of when the hunters learn to shoot without missing, the birds learn to fly without perching. So if the cost of things are increasing, if you are buying and selling, of course you also have to also increase whatever you are buying and selling, and that will also assist a long way the family. But I want to say here that sometimes as good as our women are, sometimes they took unnecessary advantage of that situations and begin to see the money as theirs and not for the family. I want to advise here that, look, when you are, even when it's not, the money is not cooperated from the purse of your husband, the fact that he's the head of the house, you must be able to at least sit down together and manage those resources and begin to play a major role in the family. Like I always tell some women when they come for counseling, have you ever think of the fact that if supporting your husband, who is much endowed than you now, that you will not find him the way you find him around you at home? Sometimes when a man has so much, he has to be outside. But when God endowed you with some of those resources is not to begin to tell the man that you have to be the woman, I will be the man, but just at least to assist the man to be able to meet all the exigencies in the house, particularly when it comes to issue of food, clothing, and others, so that the man can take care of rent, school fees, and some other areas that are higher than you, the woman, can handle. So it's a matter of understanding between the man and the woman to be able to sit down and say, okay, husband, I will be assisting in the kitchen, and you take over this area. So this period, communication is very, very essential between the spouse. But I want to, by extension, I want to also tell our extended family to leave the immediate family alone for now. Because it is when you have enough that you need to think of, because you hear people are saying, my wife, now this one, it doesn't look at us again. You don't even have enough to look at your wife now. Actually, talking about somebody outside. That is just the present reality of our time. So we need to actually look at these issues, communicate with your immediate family, communicate with your extended family, communicate with friends who used to be dependent. Because they want to look as if you are now miser or miserly or something. No,
you are stingy.
You are not. It's just that you don't even have enough resources to take care of your own situation. So that is the point.
Okay. Before we round up this conversation, let's look at adaptation. No, the times are really tough right now. Concerning accommodation or the school for the children, for instance, the school your children normally attend, they pay like 1.something million, and now things are like tough. Can the man just like change or just retain whatever is coming?
Honestly, that is crazy. I'm sure my pastor.
Okay, you want to say something to that?
I'm sure my pastors didn't attend the best of all schools. I attended the village school to start with, but yeah, I'm here in EBS talking. I think we have to really prioritize our needs, even when it concerns our children. You see, it's because some of our parents do no longer have time for the parents. You want to push them, believing that the best school, in quotes, the best school by their own standard should be where the children should be, and you give yourself a lot of stress. Either you take them from almost 2 or 3 miles to get to the school on a daily basis, or you go and dump the child there. My little cousin came from boarding this holiday. I was shocked. The reduction in weight, I was surprised. I have to tell the father and the mother, please, can you just retain him at home or find another school nearby? In other words, what I'm trying to say, financially, we don't have to just look at school and pop in money there at the advantage of the proprietor of those schools, at the disadvantage of the home. Some of us just want to live like our others. We don't live our life. We want to belong. No, it's not necessary. My children went to the next door school. But today I have a PhD holder, I have a master holder, and the other ones are all graduates. And they came out with some of the best. So it is you. Instead of going to pay all that money, 6 times I have like this, bring the child to a nearby school where you will spend less, pay less school fees. At once, employ a teacher. You will be assisting somebody else by so doing. I think that is my recommendation for now.
You have something to add?
Almost something. There is no need to live a competitive life now. Live your life.
Yes.
We are all unique. Don't live the life of another person. If you cannot pay that fees, bring them home. It is not the school. It is God. God's wisdom upon their life. If you look at it, most of the people in these best places are people from public schools, and they are doing great. Most all not go to private schools. Though it's if you can fund it, but now, if you cannot, please cut down your costs.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. We'll be looking at financial management in the family. And Malambako have been talking to us. He's a marriage counselor.
Yes.
Once again, thank you for your thoughts. And so many others. Time will not permit me to say all of them. All right. We have Pastor Sylvester Aribabo. He's from Divine. He's a pastor, Divine Assurance Faith Christian Assembly here in Benin City. Once again, thank you for coming. All right. Daybreak continues after this time. Please don't go away.